Hello everybody, welcome to George Crafts. Today we are going to make some wire wrapped rings. So for this jewellery project you will need your jewellery pliers, wire cutters, a selection of beads and some jewellery wire. So start off by finding the end of your wire and get yourself a nice long piece of wire. Oops. And cut it. So now I've got my wire. All I need to do is just wrap the wire around my finger for a rough size of the ring. So I've just wrapped it 3 or 4 times. So now you end up with these coils of wire. Now what we're going to do is we're just going to secure the shape that we made by taking the shorter end of our wire and wrapping it around those coils just to keep them all together. Okay, so now that's secure, we'll just take our long piece of wire and do the same on the other side just to keep everything together. Okay, so then I'm going to take this bead here and pop it onto the shorter piece of wire. And then try and bend your wire so that the bead is in the middle of where you've put your 2 sets of wraps, and you want it so that the holes of the bead are on the sides so it's easier to cover them up. And then just secure your bead again with another couple of wraps around your ring. Now with our long piece, I'm going to need to take this up towards the bead. So start to pull it through. Make sure that you're still happy with where the bead is because it may move. And then start to wrap the wire underneath that bead. And then wrap the wire all the way around. Just keep going round and round until you're happy that you've covered up as much of the sides of the beads as you want to. And then take your wire and start wrapping it around the edges of your ring again. when you start to get a very short piece of wire, it can be quite difficult to manipulate it with your fingers. This is when you need your pliers. So what I would do is just trim off that very small piece so that the point of the wire stays on the outside of your ring, and then just use your pliers to gently smooth down the end of that wire so it's nice and flat, and then you're not going to scratch yourself. So you can do the same on the other side. So if we cut that there, and then just using my pliers, I'm going to pull that end of the wire down. And there we go, that's our ring finished. So if we want to make a ring like this with the smaller beads, we begin in much the same way. So we wrap some coils of wire to get our general ring shape and secure by winding the wire around those coils. Then we choose our beads and we thread them all on to the longer piece of wire. And then we start to coil this wire around the ring, leaving a bead behind. Okay, so then we're going to just leave another bead Don't worry if you lose all your beads like that, because you can always just pop them on again. So if they do fall off, just thread them back on. And just keep winding until you've got all of the beads secured onto the ring. And then when it comes to the final bead, take your wire and just hold on tightly to your end bead to keep it where you want it, and wrap the wire around the ring. To keep everything secure. So if you want to go all the way around the ring wrapping the wire, you can, or you can take your wire cutters and snip the excess, and then just use your jewellery pliers to make sure those points are smoothly wrapped around the ring and they're not going to scratch you. So now you've ended up with your rings. I hope you enjoyed that project. If you like this video, make sure you give us a like or tell us in the comments, and if you want to see more from us, please subscribe to our channel and turn on post notifications by clicking the bell in just below this video in YouTube. Until next time, if you've got any questions, leave them for me in the comments or find us on social media, and we'll be back again soon.